I'm Jason Goliath.
And I'm Nicholas Goliath.
And this is a new podcast called The Happiness Economy, where we try and unpack, figure out, investigate, interrogate, I think holistically understand what is happiness even.
What is it to you? What is it to me? Is it different? Is it the same? What do you do to chase your happiness? Just chase it. We want to chat to people who we believe have found their happiness or are on the way to finding their happiness and find out what it is that makes them happy.
So, if you're happy, we're happy. The Happiness Economy with Nicholas and Jason Goliath. Tell her what you must. Our guest this week on The Happiness Economy with Jason Goliath and
Nicholas Goliath
is a person who drops the mic, Kim Jayde.
You can't drop the mic before the interview
flex.
starts.
No,
It's a problem.
That's a
You
big
can't
flex.
drop the...
Hasn't even said anything, drops mic.
Bah! Done. Thank
we
you.
can go, actually.
Yeah.
They saw me and we can
They've
go.
seen me. That's all that needs to happen.
I've been struggling with motivation around drive, and I've always been driven by haters, naysayers, or somebody saying to me, you'll never be able to do that, or you can't do that. Like when we started running comedy shows, I mean, we've been doing comedy for like 3 months, and every comedian said to us, what are you guys doing? You know nothing. You know, you're just kids in this game.
Yeah.
And we loved when they would phone us and go, when are you going to book us for that gig that you guys run? And we came out with T-shirts and all of them mocked us.
They laughed.
Oh, guys,
Ooh, they
you're
laughed.
comedians. Why are you putting your brand on your clothing? Then, guys, do you have a size medium?
Oh, now you want the merch. Now
see.
you want the merch.
You see.
Okay.
So literally, I like that. I like what Nick is saying. Don't be scared, and don't. So it's like almost like. So our founding principles for happiness have become acceptance. You first have to accept who you are, what you are, where you are,
Sure.
and why you are. Then after acceptance makes gratitude easy, and if you can live in a space of gratitude as much as you can, we believe that that's like the core salt of happiness, the founding principles.
Yeah.
The founding principles. Then I think a lot of us don't accept. A lot of us want acceptance from other people because we don't accept ourselves.
True.
And we haven't accepted where we are.
True.
And when I say that, I mean, you raised an interesting thing off camera where you spoke about being accepted as a colored person in a different country. So you've got so many more things to think about. You know what I mean? So it's not only that you're Zimbabwean, and you have all of that pressure, the preconceptions that come with that, because South Africans are idiots. Zimbabweans are not idiots. Like when you go to Zim, it's clever people. Yeah, man. Everybody's well
Education
educated.
is on point.
Everybody's
Let
well
them
educated.
know.
I mean, there's no syllabus on roll-on, but other than that,
The shade for body odor, Jason Goliath.
yeah. These are big facts.
I smell very nice today, guys.
No,
just
since
so
you moved to
know.
South Africa, your game
No.
has changed.
No, listen, it is what it is. It is what it is. I'm sure you have to explain it when you get home. What is this?
So when I was invited to be part of the podcast and I saw the title of the podcast, I was like, oh, this is deep.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I
Yeah.
don't think it's something that people stop to think about. You just make the assumption. When I'm
sad?
successful, when I'm famous, when I'm rich, when I'm married, when I've got kids. It's like, do you know what I mean? Like that's the assumption that's
'Cause that's
happiness.
how we've been socialized.
Those are the benchmarks, right?
Yes.
In society. And fam, I've been thinking about it a lot, and it's actually taken me down a journey the past week thinking about it. And I realized I wasn't for the longest time, even throughout the craziest things. I'm saying, like, when I was at the peak,
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like I'm still going up, but
Oh, we all
No,
feel
when
like
you were
we're
at
still
your
Right?
remember there's many peaks.
yes,
Yes,
exactly.
many
Okay, when I was
peaks.
at the MTV peak,
Yeah.
and I was
like
like, MTV Peak was like, I was the first presenter that was like the face of MTV Africa.
Yeah.
I was the first Zimbabwean face of Revlon. And I was
Yes.
like continent wide.
Yeah.
I had made Forbes 30 under 30. I had interviewed everyone. Charlize Theron,
So,
Naomi
but
Campbell.
so on paper,
everything. Tick, 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 tick.
happy.
Yeah.
Happy.
The
But-
assumption from the outside has to be.
Yo, but lonely and unfulfilled and it felt hollow. And
So
I was like, okay, that means I need
lonely,
to achieve more.
unfulfilled, hollow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It could. And also, at that time, everyone wants to be around you. I threw penthouse parties that was like filled with like 100 celebrities, like for
Never got
myself, for my
invited.
birthday. I'm celebrating myself. Did
I got invited, but I turned down the invitation.
Shots at everyone, okay? Just saying. No, but I'm like, all that, and I would feel so empty and alone and sad. And I was like, what is this? And only recently, my pa has always told me you don't know yourself until you're 30.
Is your pa your father or your
My
grandfather?
stepdad.
Stepdad. Are we pa?
Shout out, pa.
Shout
And he
out.
says, only from when you're 30 do you really start to know yourself.
Yes.
And so I had gained some sort of success, financial independence, recognizability, but on the inside it wasn't there. I wasn't fulfilled.
I want
Wasn't
to.
happy.
You said so many interesting things there. I want to break all of them down. And Nicholas is, I know he's also chomping, so I'm just racing.
Yeah.
in front of him.
Okay. Okay.
No, stand
So we often speak about the fact that people seem to have this vicarious relationship with happiness, which I think is amplified by social media, where you get to look at what you perceive to be happy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
if I was following you on social media,
Yeah.
through that time, my perception would have been that you were going to be happy. But if you
Yeah.
take a step even before that, you said you had that thing about I'm going to be happy if, I'm going to be happy when. And everybody you speak to nowadays goes, I'm going to be happy when I'm in a relationship.
Yeah.
I'm going to be happy when I'm out of a relationship.
Yes.
I'm going to be happy when I have a bigger house, a
Yes.
new house, a new car.
Yes.
I'm going to be happy when.
Yes.
And then our thing has been, if you can't find your happiness where your feet are right now,
You'll never.
I always go with your overlapping stomach,
Yeah.
with your debit order situation, with whatever's going on.
Yes.
And that's where it comes to acceptance. Because I think one of the other big things is you have that vicarious relationship. Then you have what you think will make you happy, like becoming the face of Revlon, the face of MTV, the face of all of these things. Because these are dreams. These are
Massive.
people that are a
Massive.
brown girl from Zim. Come on.
Massive.
These are dreams. Now you have all these
Yeah.
things, and all of a sudden you still feel
It's
empty.
not enough.
What is
Yeah.
this?
And lonely.
What
Yeah.
was the solve?
I think age.
Mm-hmm.
With age comes experience,
Experience.
and comes wisdom, and comes a lot more introspection.
Yes. Yes.
And with that, awareness.
Self-awareness also.
Self-awareness.
Mhm.
And really, really actually doing the work. I went for therapy. I dealt with past trauma. I also took some time to be alone.
Mhm.
And then also COVID.
Yeah.
COVID was I think a massive amplifying factor for a lot of people's journeys, either positive or
Yes.
negative, because you were forced to be alone.
Very few in the middle.
Yeah.
You either won or lost terribly.
Yeah, I really won. I made more money during COVID than I did when I was on MTV.
It is what it is.
Sorry, MTV.
Babes. I'm sorry. I also left them. I quit peak of COVID. I said bye.
I think I
Bye,
made more money
MTV.
than MTV.
I'll be happy when.
Crazy.
So the thing for me is like what stood up for me is the loneliness thing, because I don't know what your situation was coming here to South Africa and being involved, but like for me with comedy, what I found was that I lost a lot of people
Yeah.
in the journey,
Yeah.
just because there were people that were in my life that were my friends, my support system, and then the minute I started doing something different to what they were used to, I became the different one. I became
You
the one who
changed. You switched
thinks
up.
is better.
Yeah,
who,
yeah, yeah.
Oh, now that
Yeah.
you're doing comedy, da, 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 da. So I completely I can relate to that, and I just want to find out, like, from your side, was it a similar thing where you'd lost people, or was it just being in a new space in a new country doing
Yeah.
this thing?
For me, I think my real ones have always been the people that have known me from when I was little.
Yeah.
And particularly family. My family have been consistent. The friends thing, I think especially in Joburg, I don't know if that's a common thing, but everyone seems to kind of feel me when I say this. Joburg industry friends. And thing is, when I was in the industry,
so say it. What are you saying? Joburg industry friends. What is it? What is that? What does
it's
it
like,
mean?
what can I get from you?
Yes.
What can I gain? How can I get one up? Can I get invited to this event? Can I get this free thing? Can I be in the VIP?
Yeah.
Can I pop bottles? Can I, like...
Yeah, friendships
that's
based on
But
hype
that's
What?
and
people
opportunity.
that are in the industry for the success
What
and
can
the
they
fama
get?
and
Yeah.
the fama.
The fama.
The fama.
Yeah. the success and the fame and the glamour.
Yep.
That's what I mean to
The
say.
perceived glamour
Yes.
as well.
So then you find all these people that are latching on because they want to be part of the thing.
The soft life.
So how do you see the trees from the forest in those instances? Do you get to a point in Joburg where you can identify a true friend and an opportunist who's just going to use you for whatever it is you may bring to their lives or career, or open their path? Because I don't believe it's possible to do Joburg on your own. I think you need friends.
Definitely.
You know what I mean?
You can't. It's too hard of a city, man. Like, it's a hard city.
No, it is.
It's a hard industry.
It's. I always praise Joburg and say Joburg is one of those cities that if you're willing to wake up early and work hard, you're not going to go to bed hungry that night. And people underestimate the difficulty of that situation because they forget that you're going to have to do that tomorrow, the next day, the next day, the next day, the next day. And Joburg is also the type of place that, although it's so established, you never feel like you're on solid ground.
Oh, never.
You never feel like you...
Even when you are the face of Revlon, you are still like, hey,
on the
face.
day the money comes in, you feel like
you feel amazing.
Own the world. But
and then
3 weeks after that.
But now you walk in the mall and you see another face, you're like, hey, that's a possibility.
With me, I'm slow to trust.
Yeah.
I kind of give everybody as much trust as I can up front, but in terms of releasing or lowering all of my barriers and letting you really, close to me, very, very few people enjoy that privilege. And I've also learned to keep my circle very tight and light. You know what I mean? So has yours become the same? And do you have things that you look for that you can identify? And what do you do when you find that this person is not truly just wanting to be here for you, but here for what you might bring for them?
So first, I'm working on this thing. So I've had a couple of close female friends that I've taken, like, I don't want to say under my wing, but really tried to help bring up in the industry, introduce them to people, take them everywhere, like, and then you learn, your intentions are not genuine and not sincere. I'm not naming names.
Did they steal your discount points?
You don't have to name names. But we know.
Yeah, you know. If you don't see them around, you don't know. You know.
Yeah.
You know, but like,
Kim
with that, you just kind of cut them out.
So just
it's the only way.
It's not easy. It's painful, and you miss a friendship that you thought you had, but it wasn't actually a real friendship, I don't think.
So then how does Kim sustain her happiness through those periods?
Now it's like the people that have always been there are the people I will lean on. I'm in a really healthy relationship as well. That changes the game when you meet someone that's your person, because they're more than just a romantic. Exactly. It's like that's your best friend.
Yes.
Because they really know you. And if it's a good relationship, they know the ugly, they know the great, and they want even better for you.
And they accept you.
100%.
They accept you because you want to be with. I'm always like, what I love about my fro is I know that it doesn't matter what happens. If I explode on Twitter tomorrow and my whole career is gone and we are eating, out of Nicholas's dirt bin, I know that she's going to be standing next to me digging in that dirt bin. But also if I'm ever at the red carpet for the Oscars because I'm hosting, she'll be there just as well.
And she'll be looking fire.
Right?
Because your bait is fire.
No, she's more than fire. You know what I'm saying. I mean, now you know where my happiness comes from.
What makes you happy now?
Yeah.
What is it that you do? Aside from the work and the standard things we see on social media, what makes Kim Jayde happy?
I found my why.
Oh, purpose.
I found my why.
What is your why? Tell us.
And I think, so to give anyone that doesn't know me a little bit of like backstory or context, I came to this country to get my honors degree in social work and psychology. And I did that.
Yeah.
And then I told my parents, I want to be a model. And they were like, what the F?
Excuse me.
People of color, I mean, you understand. And their reaction and their lack of support and their lack of understanding came from fear and wanting their child to be okay.
Yeah.
You know? And now I understand that.
Yeah.
But at the time, my why became, I'm going to prove you wrong. I'm going to be successful. I'm going to make money.
Yeah.
I'm saying, like, when my parents told me, cool, you're doing your thing, don't ask us for a dime.
On your own.
It was like I was living in a share house with 9 other Congolese and Nigerian immigrants, sharing a tiny room. All my clothes were in a suitcase under a bed.
I'm picturing men.
Yeah, definitely. And it wasn't safe, but it was what I could afford.
Yeah.
And I was doing promo work, waitressing, like a little modeling job here and there. And that was my why. My why was survival, and my why was I'm going to show you guys.
So I think we've established, or if we haven't, let's establish that if that is your why, it's a great why, but it's not sustainable.
It gets you there.
Yes, but no, but it'll get you, but not there.
No,
It'll get you
but like,
to the next step.
Yeah.
But it can't be your petrol for the whole journey.
No, exactly. And that's the chat. It's like, cool, once you've ticked all the boxes, once you've
proven them all.
You're on TV and you're going to LA and then you do New York and then you're in Belgium and then you got this award, this award, this award. Why am I not happy? Why do I not feel full and fulfilled? It's because my why wasn't sustainable and my why wasn't for me. If your why is someone else, proving someone else wrong, pleasing someone else, I don't think ever internally for you you'll truly feel that satisfaction and true joy.
You know, all of these things I think are made so difficult by the fact that we put ourselves under pressure to always project this perfect image and this perfect happiness.
Yeah.
So, you know, if I follow your social media, it's very easy to believe you.
Yeah.
I've also known you for a long time, and I've known you through different kind of phases of your career, and I think your life, and I think your life, and you know, from the first time I met you, you had a light that was very strong, very bright, very different, and I hope I offered you words of encouragement, even back then. Then a weird thing happened. I watched you do well. I saw some changes. Then I saw what looked like happiness. Then I saw you at an event when you were launching some tacky shop at Melrose Arch.
Yes.
And I was like, oh, you're the marketing boss of this tacky shop.
Yes.
And it seemed like your element. Like it seemed like your element. And I was like, that's happiness. But do you think there can be fake happiness? Because was that happiness? So must we also be aware of the things that we think are now the thing, and we latch on very, very quickly. So are you still there? Are you enjoying it? What's going on?
Yeah, I'm so glad you brought it up. I became head of marketing for Sneaker District South Africa. It's an international company that was trying to launch in South Africa. Yeah. And amazing opportunity. I am so grateful I took it. And being someone that went from on camera to in the boardroom in a corporate space in a senior position, I felt serious imposter syndrome right from the jump, because I was like, I know the industry, I know sneakers, I know culture, I know, but does that translate into a boardroom?
Exactly.
And it was so major because now I'm in boardrooms with the team from New Balance. I'm pitching to the entire Puma team. I'm sitting with these major brands. And mind you, I've never had a sneaker deal, ever.
Which I think is a good thing. That's how you become the king. Because once you have a deal, nobody else wants to play with you.
Which became my thing, because it's like I can speak to every brand as authentically as possible, learn as much as I could, and be able to market the brand and launch the store. And in that time I was there, I created a marketing department. It didn't exist. Hired a graphic designer, hired a marketing executive, pitched the entire concept to every brand, and then created this amazing hype on social media, but also in real life with one of the biggest launch events, I believe, in South Africa.
For a sneaker shop.
For a sneaker store that nobody knew, that also didn't have Nike or Adidas. Major.
We were confused.
Major.
We were confused. What do you mean?
I'm saying we got Trinidad James from Full Size Run in from Complex. We flew him in from America. Courtney Paul was breaking. Rari was DJ.
I was there. It was
just amazing. I wasn't happy, but I just think it wasn't the right space for me, and I had reached a ceiling, and there was no further that I could go in that space, and I was like, it's actually time for me to leave. So the launch was done. It was a successful launch, and it got hype everywhere, guys. Like everywhere. Everyone was there. It was just like a special moment in my career, but I was like, thank you. It's time to move on.
The hype was too strong. I bought the most expensive pair of sneakers in my life.
The
it
Naked
wasn't
Wolf
for me.
kicks.
For my wife. I've never spent that much money on myself.
They were like 6,000 Rand.
Why are you telling people my business?
Retail.
No, it's in the world.
Not
6,000
resale.
Rand. 6,000 Rand. Or not even for himself, for his wife.
You are a good partner.
Ladies,
she wore them at Fashion Week and looked amazing.
You need to choose your men better. What is the thing that made it comfortable for you to walk away? Because I assume that a lot of time, especially for somebody who's experiencing that imposter syndrome, I feel like walking away almost feels like you're failing, like you quit. So was it that situation, or was it a case of you understood that this is not the place for you, or not?
I was going to say, because a lot of people get stuck there. A lot of people get stuck there and end up living 10 years of unhappy before they finally get to a point where now you have to leave. You're mooring someone, you know what I mean?
Because I feel like there are people who are still, who live that life every day.
Right now, in a call center.
I, first of all, combated that imposter syndrome by actually doing the job and actually killing it.
Dab it out.
Guys, When I tell you I'm good at what I do, number one, I'm a hardworking
Confidence.
perfectionist.
Yeah.
So there was that. So must believe every meeting I walked into, I was prepared. And also, I'm a charming individual. It's very good at her job. My network also is something that no marketing degree can buy. So by being in all those boardrooms and having conversations and genuinely connecting with the brands, I believe I was like, oh, I'm meant to be here.
Yeah.
I'm actually really good at what I'm doing, and genuinely I'm looking to go back into that space. Obviously not for that business, but in another space. Combated the imposter syndrome. And then when I realized this wasn't for me, I was like, I will not lose another minute of my valuable time, my youth, my understanding that in this industry, when you're hot, milk it, fam. When you're killing it, milk it,
Eat
fam.
everything.
I'm not going to, and then I respectfully left.
Did you need somebody to tell you that?
Yes.
Or were you able to tell yourself that?
Definitely. It was definitely a phone call to my parents and a long conversation with my man.
Yeah.
And just an understanding that dude, you have one life.
So your happiness
You have
is
one
more
life.
valuable than the amount of money they were going to pay you to be miserable.
And also an understanding and respect for what you bring to the table. Because when you know what you bring to the table, you're okay to walk away sometimes.
Yeah.
It's
Know your
that.
worth.
Yeah.
So we always speak about, back yourself, know your own worth, motivate yourself, don't rely on other people for those things. But we also exist in a time where that's nearly impossible. And I love that you have, and we've spoken about it, through the process of this chat, gone from knowing from wanting to trust everybody to knowing who you can trust and to knowing who you can have the right conversations with. Because I think that everybody needs that kind of support structure where it doesn't have to be your father or your mother. It could be a friend you made at your first job. It could be whoever, but somebody who sincerely has A, your best interests at heart, and B, believes in you as much as you do. Believes in your skills, your talents, what you're going to put down. Quick happiness index. We got a wrap. So quick happiness index. The index is essentially 1 is bad, 5 very good. But we want you just to rate where your happiness is now, particularly considering where you come from, the lonely days, to where Kim is now and what Kim looks forward to. So there's 3 very basic points. The first one is acceptance. Have you accepted yourself, who you are, what you are? 1 to 5. The first one is acceptance. The second one is gratitude.
Sure.
Do you where are you in your gratitude? Or do you wake up first being grateful for what you have, or do you wake up stressing about what you don't have? And the last one is optimism. How optimistic are you about the Kim that we'll chat to in a few years' time after you've done more big
I feel
things?
like I can see 5.
So
look at the smile here.
1 to 5.
I feel like you are only realizing yourself now.
And you got to say it straight into that camera.
5.
This is the Goliath Happiness Index. Kim Jayde, 1, 2, 3. Acceptance, gratitude, optimism. Go.
Okay, acceptance, 4.8.
Oof, that's good.
Very high. Because I feel like as a woman especially, coming to accept and love yourself as you are, it's like goes in waves. One day I'm feeling sexy and gorgeous and on top of the world. Next day I'm on and I'm fat and I feel
I feel like I look like Jason Goliath.
Today's a 4.8. She's feeling very clear. Gratitude. Wow, a 5.
Yeah.
Wow, a 5. I think I can say that. I mean, you kind of do speak from a point of privilege when you've received a great check. So that's something to be very grateful for. Amen. Hallelujah.
Amen.
And the final
Optimism.
5.
5?
10.
I am so excited
Time to
for
take
the
over the
future.
world.
I am so, and it's just because I know when you're operating from a place of genuine, pure intentions, genuine gratitude, genuine hope, it's like, and also a little bit of self-love. Like, it's a great place to be.
So our saying is we do the right things for the right reasons.
Yes.
And then you can't fail. So that comes from when you know who you are, what you're doing, and you get that feeling.
And it's humbly underlined by we do our best to do it better than just about anybody else.
Sure.
That's bring a Champions League or nothing. If you're not coming with that Ronaldo, Messi energy, don't come. If you're not bringing Mbappe vibes, stay by the house. Don't come.
Didn't come here to play games.
Not today.
Kim Jayde, you are amazing. Thank you for your time. I can't wait to tell people I know you.
Oh my god.
Yeah, we have this podcast now.
I tell them already, but I'm saying I can't wait to be.
I feel that way about you guys. Are you kidding?
At the airport in Amsterdam, and somebody goes, "You from South Africa?" I go, "Yeah." They know. Do you know Kim Jayde? I go, "Yeah." Her and
Watch
Trevor
our
Noah.
podcast.
I know her and Trevor Noah.
Existence.
Yeah, and then I have to correct them. She's not actually South African. She's from Zim,
Yeah.
but at least she uses 24-hour
Deodorant.
antiperspirant. There you go.
I'm so with you.